Book of Psalms, Chapter 5. What do you do in difficult situations? Psalm 5 responds to this question. Many of the Psalms are written during difficulties and often painful experiences. In Psalm 5, David is experiencing difficulty and makes his request. Verses 1, 2, 3. David requests God to hear me and consider my meditation. Meditation here means murmuring, sighing, and groaning. These are quiet expressions of feelings. When our burden is beyond expression, all we can do is murmur and moan before the Lord. The Spirit of God hears our groaning and intercedes for us. David's meditation turns to a cry. Prayer is not always a quiet, joyful conversation with God. Sometimes it is a battle against the principalities against us. Verses 4, 5, 6. You are not a God of wickedness, not of evil, not of boastful. You shall destroy falsehood. David says these words because God is holy and stands against wickedness. He hates workers of iniquity. God is looking for holy and the ones who hate sin. The world itself is a snare trap when God begins to punish them. Verses 7, 8. This is David's response in the form of worship. David requests God to lead me. He wants God's way, which is righteous way. In the midst of difficulty, what we need most is wisdom to know the will of God. Notice that David wanted to be led but not delivered. Verses 9, 10. David reasons the wickedness of man, and that is destruction. It is an open tomb which pictures defilement and death. Flattery is not communication, it is manipulation. Absalom fell by his own counsel. David did nothing, he let God do it all. Verses 11, 12. David's response in rejoicing in faith, love, and hope. Joy comes from trusting in and loving the Lord. This kind of joy comes from God's work on the inside, not from the circumstances on the outside. Psalm 5 is clear. God tells us to expect difficulties, but don't run away from them, but bring them to God. He wants us to request, reason, and respond, then be victorious.